run from my given disaster. Speed away from the holy mind. Pride, that's where I never thought it would matter. If I'm gone by now, all my weakness keep on linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on.
Hey y'all, long time no see. Alright, so I had a couple of things I needed to get at the store that I forgot on our grocery trip, and then it spiraled into me buying cleaning supplies and stuff because I have today set aside as a cleaning day. So, how y'all been? I've missed this channel so much. I'm trying to figure out a way to get this back into my routine. I'm hoping when I get used to my new schedule with this other channel and I get faster at the researching part. That's really the part that takes so long, is the researching and writing. So when I get a little more used to that and I get a little quicker, I'm hoping that I'll be able to fit this back in. We'll see. I really don't want to leave this channel. I miss it so much because it motivates me to do things around my house. And I have really let my house go. So yesterday, my house was a disaster. And I spent my entire Sunday afternoon getting it back in order. But I've really been wanting to do some organizing. Pretty much every room has something that needs to be done. But there's a certain couple of areas that have really been bugging me in everyday life that I want to do first. So we'll see where we get with it today. I did clean the pantry out the other day, which I have a little bit of footage of that I'll share with you guys. I don't know how long it'll be before you guys see this, but today I am actually working on my pantry because there's a smell. Now, it is a little bit, I don't know if the dishwasher is super loud, so I apologize if it is, but the pantry is a little out of control. I've tidied it a couple of times, and I've even pulled things out trying to figure out what the smell was, and I can't figure out what the smell is. So I'm gonna pull everything out and clean it like it needed to be cleaned anyway. I've been procrastinating and putting it off, and it needs to be done. So this is forcing me to do it because there's some weird smell. I started pulling some stuff out here, but I had pulled all of these buckets out that had things that could be hiding. Mystery items could be hiding there. And none of them had rotting food or anything in it. So I'm thinking all I can do is just pull everything out, wipe off the shelves, and see. It just smells like maybe there's a piece of rotting onion or garlic that slipped down. Anyway, just got home from church, which is why I'm wearing this, but yeah, let's see. Hopefully we can figure out what the smell is, because Aaron's like, this is driving me nuts, and I've just been putting it off for like a week, maybe 2 weeks, and I just need to make myself do this today. I found it. You know what, I'm gonna make myself clean this anyway, but I found the smell. It was on the floor, and I thought I checked the floor, but it was like underneath something. So, yeah. I'm still gonna clean the pantry though, because I finally made myself set aside time to do it today. But yeah, it is rotting garlic, as I originally thought it was gonna be, but I couldn't find it. Honestly, since I've been working so much on my other channel, I've let my whole house get out of, like, it's out of control with my organization. So I have a lot of stuff to do. It's just a matter of making time for it. Have you guys seen this? My sister had one of these at her house and I loved it. As you go through the bread, and it just keeps pulling it to the top and it keeps your bag from getting stale. It takes us so long to go through a loaf of bread, even making sandwiches for the girls for school lunches, because I have one that likes sandwiches and one that doesn't. So I was pretty excited to get one of these. I think they're like $5 at Walmart, I think is what I paid for it.
If I had a boat, I would sail out, take every brother and sister of mine. We'd roll in the sunshine and sleep when it's dark, hoping to find somewhere we can come, but it's black, yeah.
So my sweet little Kenzie decided she wanted to help, so you guys will see a few clips of her, and she really wanted to be on camera. She really wanted to help with the pantry. She's 5, so she's at the age where all of my chores look super fun, and she always wants to come and help. So anytime she's home, if I'm doing something, you can find her right there, which is part of the reason I try to do most of my organizing tasks when she's at kindergarten. But if you're a mom, you know all about that. Also, a little side note, I do not recommend the shelf liners from the Dollar Tree anymore. I swear that now, honestly, I'm actually second guessing myself and wondering if I got this on Amazon, because I got some on Amazon and I got some at the Dollar Tree. And the one I had used at my old house was from the Dollar Tree and it lasted. Now this just rips up constantly. So I'm wondering if either Dollar Tree redid theirs or if the stuff on Amazon is actually worse. I have to go back and look at my history, but I don't recommend this. That was a very helpful comment, wasn't it? I'm like, actually, I don't know if this was the Dollar Tree one, but yeah, it has not lasted. Every time something slides on the shelf, it rips. So I've been actually really disappointed in this. I'm only leaving it because I don't feel like redoing it. And, you know, it's going to at least protect the shelves a little bit from staining, because those painted shelves just stain so quickly and there's nothing you can really do about it except repainting them. So I'm just going to leave this for
it's black, yeah, it's black. Oh, the water's black. 'Cause it's black.
So my girls love to take my camera and record themselves whenever they are playing with their toys and pretend they have a YouTube channel. No one ever sees the videos. They just go on my computer, and one day I may edit them together for them just so they can have those memories for themselves if I can find the time. But because they took my camera and played with it, the battery was half dead whenever I started recording. So I really need to get a second battery for this specific camera because it dies so quickly now. But yeah, I had to stop and charge it, and so I did almost everything off camera.
Sleep when it's dark, hoping to find somewhere we can come. But it's black.
Let me show you guys what we got from Walmart. Okay, so one of the areas that has really been driving me nuts, so I'm gonna show you guys this first, is this. You know, I have had this system for a while. I've kind of reorganized the medicines a few times. So in my old house, the spices had to be like real high up and I can touch them. So this system works really good for me because I could reach up and just spin and grab the thing. But now I don't know, I'm not liking it anymore in this space because this is easy access for me. I don't have to reach up high, it's right there. So I can easily reach it. I don't really need these, they're not benefiting me anymore. So I'm hoping that this is what I bought at Walmart, and I'm hoping that it works because this is an expandable shelf. As you can tell, it expands, so I didn't have to measure it ahead of time. This was an impulse buy at Walmart. But actually, I have been wanting to switch to this system. So I got 2 of these, and obviously it can go from here to here, or it expands out to the full length. So I also showed, I got the Walmart brand of this the last couple of times. I need to tell my husband because I think he bought it again, and we should almost be out. But I got the Walmart brand, and it does not compare. It's watery. There's no comparison. And I think we've tried multiple different ones at this point. I had my nails done, and I had press-ons, and now I'm slowly pulling them off because I was having some issues. But anyway, so yeah, disregard that. I'm all about the store brand, the off brands, except for certain products. I've told you guys before, certain products, there's no comparison. It's not the same thing. This is one of them. I also have been wanting to get my my dishwasher pods into something. Now, I originally was looking for something with like I could do one-handed and grab, and all of that stuff was so much more expensive. This was only like $3.48. I'm gonna try it. It is gonna require 2 hands to open it and put the dishwasher pods, like take a dishwasher pod out. So I'm gonna see. If that drives me nuts, I know I can use this somewhere else because I like how thin it was and everything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use it for the dishwasher pods, and then if it doesn't work, I will reuse it somewhere else. And then I'll just go get the thing I really originally wanted, which was like an Anchor brand, one of those big round ones with the pop-on lid. And the reason I wanted it though is because the glass makes it heavy where I can pull the lid off with one hand and not have to do it two-handed. I know it sounds silly, but you know, there's just little things in life sometimes. Now, I've been wanting to get a hard plastic egg holder. This one only holds 14 eggs, like a dozen plus 2. And I really wanted to get an 18 one, but Walmart didn't have them. So I might end up getting 2. I might go back and get another one and I can just stack it when I need it. But for now, I'm gonna see if this works, because if I have more than, you know, 14 eggs, I can always just set the other carton on top of here since it has this nice flat surface. So we shall see. But finally pulled the trigger and did that, and that was like $5. So I was like, you know what? I've been wanting one of these, and we're just gonna do it. I also wanted to try the disinfecting wipes, and this, I did try the Walmart brand. Instead of the Clorox blend with this, because my husband, we'll keep these in the car sometimes to wipe his hands after he pumps gas, which I tell him all the time, this is not for your hands, like this is not for skin. But anyway, I just have been seeing a lot of people that use these for quick toilet cleanups when they're like in a quick, like in a rush, or just to use all the time. And I think I'm gonna try it. I usually don't like to use things that are one-time use, but I'm like, you know what? It might be worth to make my life easier for cleaning the toilets. Like I said, I've gotten so busy with the other channel that my house is neglected. So when my girls are at school, the whole time they're gone, I'm working on it. So basically, it's a part-time job essentially, but it's all my free time when they're at school is used on that. So it's like as if I'm going to a job while they're at school and then I'm coming home when they come home. So anyway, I've been needing one of these for years. Finally made myself do it. I've had my cedar mop for, I don't know, I think at least 3 or 4 years, maybe longer, and I've never had a second one. I probably should toss the other one, but I wanted to have a second one as well. So finally pulled the trigger and did that. And then this is just some stuff we didn't get with our Walmart order. We like to do, the girls, we do like the real chicken nugget stuff, and we like all these sauces, and we were out of ranch. So I got some of all of these different Buffalo Wild Wings sauces, and then I also wanted to try a sugar-free caramel for my coffee in the morning. So yeah, that's everything we just got at Walmart. And then, okay, I forgot bread. And I got myself some of these. I've been giving myself these as like a treat since I started. Here's a little peek of Stella. She's in heat right now, which is why she has this cute little diaper skirt on. But if I start talking to her, she's gonna want it. But she's shaved right now because we let her hair get knotted, and so we shaved her. She gets too close and my camera won't focus, but she is needy when she's in heat and just wants to, well, not that she's not needy normally, but she's like extra needy, and she only wants me to just sit on the couch and snuggle with her. I gotta get some stuff done. Usually she'll come lay in her bed while I'm working in the kitchen if she can't convince me to go sit down, huh? If she can't go convince me to sit on the couch with her. Okay, so I'm gonna pull everything out of here and then just see where we're at. And I'm really hoping these tiers will work because I'm seriously just over the old system I had.
Running back to you, I'll come running back. You can call my name, and I'll come running back to you. Running back, I'll come running back to you.
Okay, so as you can see, I was only able to open it a little because of the length of these cabinets. Honestly, I would love to move my spices to the pantry, but it would just because of space, but it would be so inconvenient to have to walk in there every time I need the spices. So that's why I'm leaving them here right next to the stove. I'm gonna sort through and try to put like items with like items and all those things, and hopefully everything will fit in here. I really think it will, but let's see. Far in, I'm already seeing a problem. I can't see the labels on the ones behind them. Now I can just do this to see what's there, and then I'll eventually learn. I think I'm still really wanting this to work, so that kind of stinks. I could always go and put like little homemade labels on the lid if that becomes an issue. I'm gonna still try to make this work, but I can see that being an issue until I get used to where I put everything. But I think over time I'll know, like, hey, the garlic is next to the onion, that kind of thing. But yeah, that could be an issue as far as utilizing this. But I'm just so over the turntables that I'm ready for something different, and we'll see. Hopefully this will still work okay for us.
I'm walking down the street on clouds instead of the concrete I'm dancing through. Everything's about to come my way, nothing can ruin my day. No matter what anyone does or say, I smile at fools. No, I don't care, cause I am on my way up, and I won't stop, I won't slow down. Steady on my feet, I'm gonna rise up. No, I won't stop, it is my time. I know what it's like to be broke. I know what it's like when nothing goes your way. So I'm gonna let myself enjoy the fruit from this lucky day. Yeah, I am on my way up, I won't slow down. Yeah, I am on my way up.
Okay, this is already making me so happy. Even though they're harder to see, I think they're gonna be easier to grab. Everything on this side except for the salt is things that I very rarely grab or are for like seasonal, like cinnamon and nutmeg and that kind of stuff, which I use cinnamon all the time, but I put it with the other like spices even though. But I have some random ones like this that are kind of specialty spices. But I do have some stuff like this that I won't use in everyday cooking, but we'll just randomly grab it and use it on the grill. So it'll eventually get used, but I don't need to be taking up valuable space in here in this cabinet for it. So I'm gonna pull those things out and put them, I have a spot in the pantry, which I'll go ahead and show you guys. This little thing here, I had them here and then the overflow was down here. So I'm just gonna put any of those kind of things in here, and then that should free up enough space for me to be able to actually put everything that I use on a weekly basis in these cabinets.
I won't slow down. It's like to be broken, and I know what it's like when nothing goes your way. So I'm just gonna let myself enjoy the fruit from this lucky day. Yeah, I am on my way up, I won't slow down, cause I am on my way up, I won't slow down. Yeah, I am on my way up, I won't slow down. I am on my way up, I won't slow down.
All right, so these are all the random things that I will check the dates. Some of them I probably should just throw away. I know this one was given to me by my friend's parents. Like, I mean, it's been 5+ years, and I always want to use it because it sounds so delicious, but I did end up using some of it. It looks like it's only got like a fourth or a half left in there, so that's good. This was a homemade rub I made that was really, really delicious, but then never once used it again. So yeah, I'm gonna look through these and see. I mean, meat tenderizer, how often do you, if ever, use that? So if I have space to put that in the pantry, I will. There should be, and if not, anything that's expired, I will toss. But I did forget to put this back in the cabinet. I'll definitely put that back in there. I actually, surprisingly, some of these things you think I wouldn't use very often, I do. So there we go. So fingers crossed, I will update you guys how well this works for me. But I think because everything's at the perfect level for me now, I can easily just do this. Reach back here, pull it out without knocking anything over. I was getting to where these, I was starting to knock stuff over because this space is too short for the big ones, and really only these small jars fit properly on there. Okay, so my battery on my camera died. This is the final look for how the spices turned out. She is still crying, wanting me to snuggle her. You're so needy. I thought she wanted to go outside, so I put her outside, but she didn't. Now I want to show you guys the next thing that's been driving me crazy, which is this. Actually, this is not really that terrible, but I don't think it's gonna take a long time. And it's more just that stuff keeps falling down at me, you know, and it just looks a little messy. But overall, I really honestly don't think this is gonna take too long. It's just been a matter of me sitting down and actually taking the time. So there's junk up there. These shelves really just need to be reorganized and straightened. I tossed out some cleaning cloths because I had too many. When we replace our bath towels and stuff like that, we'll usually keep the old ones to use for spills or dogs, like the dog. We'll keep like a couple for that purpose. We'll see, I might go ahead and declutter that. But this also needs to kind of be gone through and decluttered. So I think this junk and this junk is gonna take the longest. Everything else should be relatively quick. I'm just gonna pull it all down so I can see what I have and reorganize. I like to put the cleaning supplies for the bathroom in this little caddy. That way, whenever it's time to clean the bathroom, I just grab it and take it with me. And that's super helpful. So now that I've gotten some new supplies for the bathroom, I'm gonna add that to that. So let's go ahead and get this part taken care of.
You take my love for granted. Say a bunch of stuff you never mean, yeah. I think I need a minute to figure out my limits. You cross them more than once, yeah. You take my love for granted. We keep on talking from body to body, yeah. Getting closer to just being nothing else. I'm a sucker for your love, even though it's kind of toxic, babe. You know I feel it when we touch, that your love is from a different place. It's toxic, babe.
So another motivator for me to get this area tidied up is that I know I have some overstock of cleaning supplies, like stuff that I either got and I didn't like, or I don't want to repurchase, and I just need to use through the bottles that I have because I really want to minimize the cleaning supplies that I have. I would like to just have one product that I use for all my multi-surface stuff, one disinfecting product, and then like toilet cleaner, you know, ones that need to be specific, and then like one thing I use for dusting, things like that. And so I only have like maybe, you know, 4 to 6 main things and not shelves full of stuff. So basically my plan is to use through the excess that I have by pulling it towards the front and being able to see it. So just rearranging all this stuff. Also, if you guys know how it happens, I'm sure every home, you just get stuff that doesn't belong there that gets tossed on these shelves whenever someone's in a hurry or something like that. And as much as it doesn't look like a huge transformation on camera, this feels so different walking in my laundry room, because before things were like falling off the shelves and it just felt like the whole thing was overflowing. I did throw away, or I did, you know, have some trash in here that I threw away. I also had some things that I put in the donate bin, like some old rugs that were stuffed underneath this shelf that you probably don't even see in the video, and several things like that. I also combined some chemicals that you'll see, or I say chemicals, but like I had those LA Totally Awesome products that I combined. And yes, my sock is falling off right here. Hot Mess Express, toot toot. So anyway, those ain't, well, let me give you the story about those socks. They're too tight on my ankles and I'm continuing to wear them, but they actually start leaving marks. And so what I do is I just pull them down when they start to bother my ankles, and I am starting to finally lose weight again after like gaining a bunch of weight and then just keeping it on for 2 straight years. I finally have gotten myself together and I'm starting to lose weight. But hopefully when I do those socks, it won't be too tight on my ankles anymore. Anyway, that was a long ramble, but I feel like I need to explain my crazy stuff with the socks. I didn't want to take my socks off, but they were hurting me. So anyway, yes, I know I'm a nut job. So I'm organizing all of this, trying to put things out so I can see that those dusters I had bought so long ago to try to conveniently dust and make myself dust more often. And that did not happen because they were in that box, and that was a deterrent to reaching for them. If you know, you know. I talk about this all the time. I think I talked about it at another point in this video, but if there's an extra step involved in me doing something, I just have learned that I won't do it. So some things, if I have them in an open like basket where I don't have to take the lid off, that's all I need to do to start using that product, because having a lid that I have to unlatch and remove will keep me from using it. And instead of, you know, calling myself lazy and belittling myself and feeling bad about myself because I'm like that, or trying to hope that I'll change one day when I never have, and you know, all my whole life, what I've done is just accepted that about myself and learned from it. So I like, okay, I know that I'm going to put these dusters in something without a lid on it. If I don't have to open the box and I can just grab it, I will use them. And guess what? I've used those dusters like 4 times since this, and I hadn't used them in the month since I had bought it. So anyway, little things like that you can just learn about yourself and accept really do help.
I'll come running back. You can call my name, and I'll come running back to you. Running back, I'll come running back to you.
Okay, so this is stuff that needs to go in other rooms of the house. These two I just need to clean out, and I can utilize those under a sink somewhere because they really weren't being used in here. And they were under the sink in my previous house, if you guys remember. But this is stuff that my husband needs to go through, like odds and ends, like a lock and light bulbs, and I need to ask him what that is. This, I'm not sure where I'm gonna put this, but it's not gonna be used up there on that counter, so empty container. This needs to be used, so I'm gonna put this out where I'll use this next time. I'll put it on top of the wash, that way I'll use it next time I wash a load. Same thing with this. That's just some samples we got moved into this house. This is gonna go on the shelf. I'm gonna use that to finish dusting some stuff. Party items that shouldn't have been in here. My coffee. This is gonna go in here, and then, okay, so this is the final look. It's pretty much just showed you guys that a minute ago, but yeah, so much better. Even though it doesn't look a whole lot different, everything is back in its categories where it's supposed to be at, and everything up here pretty much just ended up being, that's another bucket that is for my husband, like the one on top of the wash, but everything else is just asthma supplies for my daughter, and then that's our little first aid kit, some emergency lights. So done in here, and then I'm gonna move on to the next thing that's been bugging me. Okay, so another big pain point that I have is my girls always cover my table with their art supplies. So I purchased this little art cart, and my husband was generous enough to put it together for me. I walked in, he was putting it together, and I was like, oh, hold on, I was gonna record the process of that. He put it together pretty quickly, but seeing how many pieces it was, I'm actually really glad he did that for me, and I didn't have to do that because I think he probably definitely did it a lot faster than I would have. So here he is just putting it together, and then I'm gonna show you guys how it looks at the end and me organizing it.
I'm holding on, if almost gone. Someday I know I'll finally make it through the gates. Just have to wait. You whisper to me, there's no maybe. There's only time for dreams even greater. I hear the call, and I close my eyes to see even clearer. I see it all. I know that we can go higher if we keep our faith, if we keep our faith. Sometimes I'm like a whisper in a riot, but I grow stronger, keep believing in me. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. Still holding tight same until you take a step and let go. You told me that the shades turning brighter. I don't know how. You showed me every heart is a fighter. Time is now. I know that we can go higher if we keep our faith, if we keep our faith. Sometimes I'm like a whisper in a riot, but I grow stronger, keep believing in me. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. Say you're believing.
So this is what it looks like empty, and the day that he put it together for me, the girls had actually made a very big mess on the table, so I ended up actually just piling it all on the art cart. So I went ahead and removed everything from the art cart and just organized it how I wanted it. Okay, so I told you guys this in other videos, but I have tried various different ways to get my girls to keep their art supplies organized, and none of them have worked. So this is going to be my newest attempt, and I'm hoping that by keeping all the supplies in these carts, they can use what they want to use, and then I'm going to find a spot in the spare bedroom, probably the closet, so they can just wheel it in and out. So they'll be tasked with, anytime they want to do a craft, they got to wheel the cart out, and then they have to clean everything back up and put it on the cart and wheel it back to where it goes before they can stop. So we shall see.
You're believing in me. We're in trances, going off to different places, different planets. Watch your aura pass me by, losing balance. What if we run out of time and second chances? Empty-handed. You like the fast life, you like to drive and get down and dirty, act like the bad guy. You want some love, be like when you feel like calling at midnight. You got the best of me, you got me losing sleep. I've been hopeful, baby. I was hoping maybe that you crossed my path.
Okay, so this is what we have going on here. So the bottom is painting supplies. They'll still have to ask me before they can paint, but all their brushes and paint and all that's in there. This is projects they're currently working on, so they each have their clipboards in there. Inside these clipboards are pictures and drawings they're working on right now. Underneath it are some papers that I've printed for them that they haven't colored. They like me to print coloring pages off the internet rather than using coloring books so they can pick the exact ones they like. We buy coloring books and then they don't really do most of the pages, so that works out fine. We just print them off the internet. They each have a box full of colors. This is gel pens, which they like to use, and markers, and then this is just an extra one of these with pencils and some glue. We have their scissors in here. Again, they can both be trusted with scissors. They're 5 and 7, but they still always ask me before they do projects where they cut. They were using these paintbrushes last night. They're still a little damp, so I just left them in the cup like that. Of course, we always have a cup of water when they're doing it. So I am really excited about this. I hope that it works well for us. I'm sure we'll have to tweak it off and on, but this is a big pain point for me and something that I've just been struggling to get right. So hopefully this is our solution. Like I said, we can just wheel this into a linen closet or something like that. I'm gonna decide exactly where. And then they'll just roll it out when they wanna do art. And of course they always have permission first. So it's not like it wouldn't work if your kids are too young and they will access it without permission, but mine know to come and ask before they do any kind of messy projects. So, all right, let's get on to the next task, which is my master bathroom. Okay, this is another spot that has been driving me crazy that really probably won't take much time to get organized. And I have not organized this since we moved in. I kind of just threw stuff on there. Last night I was trying to learn how to roll towels, but I found like 5 different methods and none of them worked on the large bath towels we have. So you guys will have to let me know if you know a way to roll big bath towels, and link the video if there's a video because none of them worked for it. I was just experimenting to try to make it cute on these open shelves. But anyway, yeah, I need to go through and just kind of see what's in these buckets and get that organized. This is a really nice container that I love these. You guys know this one got cracked, but it's not being utilized, so I want to utilize it. I might kind of do this space at the same time because some of this is my like hair products and stuff in there. So I'm gonna pull this out too and just see if I can combine some of this stuff. So yes, let's go ahead and get started. I tell you guys this all the time, but there are so many projects that I procrastinate and I build them up so big in my head and they don't take long. I've only been working for like 2 hours and I've already done 2 of the like 6 or 8 things I need to get done. I got one of them done the other day, but right here I said, it's not that difficult, but it is, honestly, it can be. But at the point I was trying to make is a lot of times we're making it more difficult in our like head than it really is. I need to remind myself of that because every time I finally tackle some of these projects, I realize, okay, that really was not that bad. I need to remember that for next time. Of course, you don't have to do all of this in one day. I had set aside a day on my schedule to get a lot of this done. And so I think I had like 6 different areas I needed to do, and I don't know, maybe it was 8 because I did 3 or 4 of them and I have for sure 3 more left. I knew I need to do my closet. I need to go through the girls' clothes again because that's just a never-ending thing. I wasn't really counting that as one. But the other declutter project besides my closet is also the guest room and closet, which really is the closet. It has the girls' overflow clothes in there. And then my office, I had organized the closet a few months back on here with you guys, but then Aaron utilized that closet for some stuff and the closet's no longer organized. Maybe that'll be a video coming up. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long to get that stuff done, but I really have just been feeling like our house is just overwhelming and there's too much and there's just a lot of downsizing that still needs to happen. There's a lot of just junky things that we hang on to that we don't need, that we need to be donating, and you know. All right, I'm gonna leave this stuff like this for now. It's kind of precarious, but I will probably end up moving them later. That's how it looks right now. But I could definitely probably store some of those paper towels in the pantry instead of in here, but we'll see. I'm trying to give myself grace, but also find a way to get it done. I recently found this girl called Organized Chaos 4, and she has a 10-6 where she just tells you things you should do every day, and it's really simple. I'm gonna start trying out her method. I think she's popular on TikTok. I'm not really into TikTok, but somehow one of her TikToks was sent to me or just came up on my YouTube feed or something. And anyway, I really love the advice she has. She just really has motivated me, and that's this day. I actually watched a bunch of her videos on Sunday night when I was cleaning my house, and you know, because you have to clean before you can tidy, which she actually says a lot in her video, which is very, very true. But anyway, I was cleaning so that I could organize and declutter and tidy on this day, and I got so motivated Sunday night watching it that this Monday I was like, I'm gonna do it. And I spent the whole day while the girls were at school just getting these projects knocked out, and literally like half of what I wanted to get done is done. I think the office room will probably be a little bit more time consuming to get done than these projects were, but this stuff had just been weighing on my mind, and I knew that once I got them done, I was going to realize they weren't as big of a deal as I was making them out to be in my head, and I just had to set aside the time to do it. So anyway, I know that's a long and rambly, but I just want to encourage you guys that if you're feeling the same way, sometimes you just have to do it, and when you just get started on one thing, it'll spiral and snowball, and you'll just, you know, be your own motivation by just doing something, and then it'll spiral into you doing a whole lot more. And if it doesn't, at least you got something small done, right? Okay, so I just kind of made up my own way of folding, and that doesn't look bad, but I don't know how well it's gonna stay. It'll probably fall. I'm gonna try it for now because it looks better than this. I don't know why. I'm not an open shelf kind of person. I just don't like to see things. I'd rather there be a door on the cabinet. That being said, I'm gonna try this just to make it look like a little more aesthetic in here, and then we'll see. It probably won't last, but it'll look cute for the moment. We'll see if I can keep it up or not. so I'm gonna roll these towels. So to make it easier on myself, I'm gonna go in the bedroom. Now I pulled everything out and I have it in here. I have a roll of toilet paper to go in the other bathroom. This is all of my stuff to bleach my hair. So there's a load of laundry that I threw in the bed to do. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and roll these towels in here and then put them in the bathroom. Using the bed to roll these up. And I think I have a few towels in my loads of laundry that need to be done. So let me go grab those and we'll get all these done. Okay, so like I said earlier, I spent all yesterday getting laundry done and stuff. So this should be all of our towels. There shouldn't be any more dirty. So we'll roll them up and see how they fit in there.
You keep turning heads when you walk by. If they only knew you left me blind. You don't even notice their starry eyes, 'cause you are looking straight into mine. Yeah, you could have anyone you want, but I'm the one who gets to take you home. It's the way that you love me in the morning. It's the way that you love me through the night. Let's just shut the blinds to keep the world inside. Now I know I'm yours till the end of time. I keep turning heads when I walk by. If they only knew that I am yours. I've had my fair share of love, but no one ever came as close as what you and I have right now. The ring on my finger tells me I'm the one. Love like this is one in a billion. It's the way that you love me in the morning. It's the way that you love me through the night. Let's just shut the blinds to keep the world inside. Now I know I'm yours till the end of time. As long as I'm walking down the aisle, smiling, looking at me, with tears in your eyes.
So once I got all of that taken care of with the towels, I went ahead and pulled everything out from underneath the bathroom sink and all the stuff from the shelves that I had pulled out and just kind of consolidated everything. I had a few old products to throw away. I had a few things that were just in the wrong spot. I had lots of random stuff that shouldn't even have been where it was. So yeah, I just went ahead and sorted through all of this. Halfway through, I had to run and go get my girls from school and then came back and finished up.
Till the end of time. As long as I'm walking down the aisle, smiling, looking at me, with tears in your eyes, in love forever.
Oh, just a quick little life update since I haven't talked to you guys in so long, and the ones of you who are still here like 40 something minutes into the video, thank you so much for watching, but you deserve a little life update. So you know I've been spending a ton of time on the other channel, which is why I haven't been on this channel, but I really do want to keep this channel going, so I'm just trying to get myself really organized to do that. And my house has been getting out of control, and whenever my house is out of control, it's really hard for me to pull the camera out. I told you guys this before. That's when I want to film the most because I have like some awesome motivation for you guys, but it's also the time when I don't want to take longer to clean. I want to do it really quickly. And so anyway, I say all that to say that we actually were contemplating moving closer to our girls' school. If you have been around for a while, you know when we lived in Michigan, we were trying to get land, and since we moved here, we've been wanting to get land, but prices are just so outrageous, as you guys I'm sure know if you're in the US and probably everywhere else too. too. But our land prices have gone up so much here in the last few years that it's going to be a long time that we have to save up for our land. So right now I'm driving my girls 25 minutes to a private school, and it's not that big of a deal on a normal basis, but anytime they have a function at school that I want to go to, it's like I end up having to spend the whole day in town, or I'm driving a 25-minute drive 6 times in one day, which is like, 2 hours of driving. So it's kind of getting to be a bit much whenever they have like a thing at school that's like 15 minutes long. So I'll stay in town, which it's nice when I have stuff to do for my other channel because I can just bring my laptop and work on a script or research or something like that. But whenever I need to do something like recording or housework or whatever, I spent the whole day out, and I'll have 2 or 3 days a week sometimes where I'm out the whole day because one of my daughters might have something one day and then my other daughter has something else another day, and it's just so much gas and time going back and forth. I actually enjoy our 25-minute drives in the morning because my girls like talk a lot. They ask me a lot of questions about God. Funny enough, like on the ride to school, like my 7-year-old has all these deep theological questions that I do not think I was thinking about at 7 years old. Like when there's bad storms, she wants to know if God is causing those storms to come, and like all these really deep questions. And it's like, I don't want to miss out on those opportunities. Like I really enjoy being able to have those talks with her. But as far as being time consuming and all the gas and stuff, whenever they have a function at school that's 15 minutes long, but I got to sit around in town and wait for it, like that's just getting to be a little bit of a crunch on my life. So Aaron and I talked about it, and I really just decided that I want to find a house closer to their school while we wait and pay and buy land. So basically a house that would be the equivalent price to what we have here. And I did find a house that I loved several weeks before I filmed this video. And so we were essentially ready to put an offer in on this house. It was a good price. It was right across the street, the neighborhood right across the street from our girls' school. So like literally 2 minutes from their school. In-ground pool in the back. It was an older home. Well, I'd say older. It was 90s. Our last home that wasn't a new build was from the 80s, so it feels newer than that. But a very like meticulously kept home, beautiful home. We both loved it. In-ground pool, like I said, and all the things that I would love. Aaron's not down for the in-ground pool, but I really wanted it. But our real estate agent is like, okay, well, honestly, because y'all's neighborhood, y'all are in a new build, I don't think y'all are going to get what you need to make on your house. So because the rates are so high right now, it put us at a disadvantage. It's not so much that they're still building in this new neighborhood, because we have put things into our house that not like literally increase the value, but like from a buyer's perspective, like we have a whole water filtration system on our house because the water in this area is really bad, and you have to have that to be able to drink the water at all. So anyone building a new build is going to need that, and we have things like that that would make our home desirable to a buyer. But the problem is the new builder, being new build homes, they're able to offer people like 3 or 4% off the interest rate, and we just can't compete with that. So basically our realtor thinks that we need to list our house like $25,000 less than what we need to break even by the time we pay realtor fees and all the things to break even on our house in order to sell it right now while they're doing new builds, just because of the interest rates being so high. So we're going to wait because everyone's hoping that next year will be better. And if the rates drop next year, then we'll look at moving closer. But the reason I say all that is because that is part of the reason I'm getting motivated to declutter my house, is because when I was thinking about putting my house on the market, I started to realize how out of control it really had gotten. Now, we were going through and planning on repainting baseboards and walls, because if you've ever had a brand new build, like not a custom home, but like a new build in like a cookie cutter neighborhood like what we're in, they really use like the worst paint possible. I mean, they use like Sherwin-Williams, which is a good quality paint, but the rumor is that they water it down so that when they spray it, like not like a regular thinning just to spray, but they actually water the paint down, because they use like chalky paint, and when you wipe your wall, literally everything comes off the wall. You can't clean your walls without removing paint. So we've been wanting to go through and paint the house anyway, but that's definitely something we would need to do if we were going to sell our house. So all of that being said, that motivated us to go ahead and start painting. And so maybe we'll be moving next year. We don't know. I mean, The odds of another house in that neighborhood coming up, it's like, who knows? Because if this one sells beforehand, there's nothing else in that area in our price range that we're interested in. But, you know, if it's God's will, he'll make it happen. So this just really lit a fire under both my and Aaron's butt to do the things we've been putting off around our house, which is painting the walls and the baseboards. We're pretty much just going to stay with the same color. We just want to make it where we can clean because there are so many scuffs all over our wall, and every time I wipe the walls, the paint just comes right off. So you either have black marks and dirt and grime and it looks dirty, or you have spots where I've rubbed the paint off just by wiping it with a little soap and water or just plain water. So it's kind of ridiculous. That is why we are really getting on it now. Aaron's been doing the painting. He's got all the baseboards done. He's about to start painting the walls this next weekend. And I am halfway through I say halfway through, but I got a bunch of my decluttering done. I know there's going to be a lot more that comes up, but I will be making another video for you guys when we get to that point because there's just so much to do and it feels so good getting it done. And something about recording the process always makes me so much more excited to do that. So thank you for being here and watching my videos. It really does help me and motivate me, and I hope that I'm motivating you to get something done around your house as well.
Your friends, they warned you, 'cause they knew I had a past, but you saw beyond that. Yeah, you gave me a chance. Now you're dancing at a party with somebody and he won't let you go. You'll go home with someone new while I'm sleeping alone. It should have been me there under the neon light, kissing you slowly, you'd hold on to me so tight. Like sand through my hands, let you slip away. Should have been me, now it's him instead. Should have been me there under the neon light. Yeah, I guess you moved on. It's been a long time since we talked. Wish I could call you up, but I already had my shot. 'Cause now you're dancing at a party with somebody.
So once I finished in here, I ended up actually going and using that acrylic container to sort the medicine cabinet where above the spices. So I just wanted to show you guys a quick overview of how the bathroom turned out and then how the cabinet turned out in the kitchen, because I was getting really frustrated with how the medicine cabinet was looking as well.
So tight, like sand through my hands, let you slip away. It should have been me, now it's him instead.
So here's an overview of the spices and the medicine cabinet all done. It's kind of funny because now it looks like we have more spices than we did before. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and you got some motivation from it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.